Today, I want to answer this question. Should I buy a single family home or townhome? Have you ever asked yourself the question, should I buy a single family home or should I start a little bit smaller and maybe buy a townhome? Well, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the pros and cons of investing in single family homes versus townhomes and whether one is better for you as you get started in your real estate investing career. I know when people are getting started investing in real estate, the question is, where should I start? What should I buy first? And whether it's a single family home, a condo, or a townhome, all of those could be great options, depending on your situation. I know questions are asked, which property type offers better appreciation? Which one offers better cash flow? Well, stay tuned as I dive into these key factors that will help guide your decision on a single family home or a townhome by first defining the difference between the two. Next, I'll talk about the pros and cons of each and the barriers to entry. And finally, I will give you my opinion as a 20-year real estate investor, what I would do right now if I was starting over, getting involved in real estate investing. If you're ready, let's go. So typically, real estate is divided into 4 different categories. You have commercial, which is any places where commerce is enacted, right? Whether that is a mall, whether that is a building that like a Best Buy or any place like that that houses commerce. And that could even be where businesses are located. The next one is industrial. You think of those down by the airports or the water ports, industrial buildings where industry is happening, whether things are being manufactured or built or shipments are coming in and going out of. The next is land, and that can be 2 different categories: agriculture, that are used for agricultural purposes, or for development, where people are looking to develop the land into homes, single family homes, or multifamily homes. And finally, residential, which is broken up into 2 categories, the single family home market and the multifamily home market. Now, single family home market can be broken down even further into like condos or townhomes, but that's all part of the residential market. Now, one of the most important things about single family homes, which encompasses the condos and the townhomes, is this is a really important market segment, right? Because this is where people live. And one of the basic human needs is shelter. So when people are looking to have one of their basic human needs met, they're looking to live in a single family home, townhome, or condo, or an apartment, right? But it falls all under residential. And many times, this can be the most important investment that somebody will ever make. And you might say, well, why is that? Well, think about it. When somebody buys their first home, let's take somebody in California, say in the 90s, bought their first home, single family home, and let's say that they've lived there for the last 30 years. If they bought their home in Southern California 30 years ago, chances are that property has quadrupled in value. It's completely paid off if they didn't refinance it. And so a property they maybe bought for $300,000, $400,000 back then could be worth $1.6 million. And all of a sudden they have a nest egg just in their home of $1.6 million. Now that's a drastic example, but there could be pockets and examples like that all over the United States because obviously real estate prices have increased over the last 20, 30 years significantly. And if you lived in the same home for a while, that's a significant investment. So let's define townhome really quick. Now, as I mentioned, townhome fits under the same category as residential or single family homes, but a townhome is typically connected to units of a building, right? So a townhome might be 4 or more that are located under a specific umbrella of homes that are connected or buildings that are connected and divided into townhomes. And for the most part, townhomes or condos are typically seen as some sort of a starter home, which is a great place to start. I started with a condo when I first got started. When I first bought my first piece of property, it was a condo. So let's go through the pros and cons of each. So let's go over the pros of a single family home. There's greater control over the property. You own it, you own the whole building. You're not one unit in a group of buildings. There's greater chance for appreciation in single family homes. And they're attractive to long-term markets, right? Most people, if you ask them, would you rather be in a townhome, a condo, or a single family home? Most people would want to be in a single family home. So what are the negatives? What are the cons of single family homes? Well, obviously there's a higher purchase price and higher maintenance costs, right? If you're in a townhome, you obviously have an HOA maybe that you pay, but they do all of the landscaping, the lawn care, maybe even the snow removal. You have full responsibility for upkeep in a single family home, and you're gonna have probably a higher impact from vacancies, right, than it may be a townhome. So let's dive into townhome. What are the pros of a townhome? Well, lower entry cost. It's going to be cheaper than a single family home most times. There's going to be shared maintenance responsibilities because you're part of a bigger unit. And you're going to see a steady demand, especially in urban locations. because a lot of times townhomes are closer to city centers, and that's where people want to be. So what are the negatives when it comes to a townhome? Well, sometimes there could be expensive HOA fees and possible restrictions. The HOA may restrict certain things you can do within that townhome or in that area. You have less control over exterior modifications. If you want to enhance it, make it look better, there might be restrictions. And a lot of times you're going to have potentially a higher tenant turnover. Now let's go through a couple of case studies where we look at a single family home and a townhome. So let's look at a single family home in a strong school district in a strong suburban environment or location. Let's say that the purchase price is $300,000 and a typical rent you can get from that is $2,500. If you tag all expenses, mortgage, insurance, taxes, maybe it's $2,000 a month. So your ROI, return on investment, there's a higher appreciation potential and steady cash flow. Now let's look at a townhome. You're going to be in an urban area, probably downtown. And let's say that the purchase price is about $200,000 with rent coming in at $1,800 a month. Now with all of your expenses, mortgage, taxes, insurance, all of that, you're probably looking at about $1,600 a month. You're only looking at about a $200 a month profit. And if you're looking at ROI, that coming in every month, there is a chance for appreciation, but you're gonna have a lot less tenant turnover and a consistent demand because of the location. Now, those are a couple of examples and case studies of where these properties might fit in your investment strategy. And really, each area throughout the United States is going to have diverse opportunities for each, so I definitely recommend doing your research. So what is my advice to you as a new real estate investor? What would I do to get started? Here's one thing that if I were to tell my kids right now to get them started on the right foot for real estate investing, it would be this. Buy something that could be enhanced. When I bought my first condo, it had an unfinished basement. And I bought my condo for $110,000, but with an unfinished basement, and I fixed that, it probably cost me, because I did some of the work myself, which I'm not a great in that area at all, but I had some friends help me who were good at it, and probably put about $15,000 into it. And probably about 3 years later, I sold that property for $175,000. So that is something I highly recommend. But even better than that, I would tell my kids to do this. Find a fourplex that you can buy, that you can live in one of the units. That way you can get it as an owner-occupied loan, and you can rent out the other 3 units and have them pay for all of your mortgage, all of your expenses, in an asset that's appreciating, and probably have excess money coming in every single month. If I were to tell my kids to do something, that would be it. Now, there's a lot of strategies you can use when it comes to single family homes or townhomes, including flipping these pieces of properties. But most of all, people want to know, how can I make money in real estate? And I have the best strategy to do that. It's a flipping strategy that I came up with myself, where it utilizes proven real estate strategies, proven real estate elements that I've put together, and it's called cash flow flipping. I haven't seen anything like it before. It's something you can do in any market, and anyone can do it with little to no money out of your pocket. All you have to do is click on this video right here, and I go into full detail exactly how I found this strategy, how to do it, and how it can help you build massive wealth in real estate. Just click on that video. Thanks for stopping by. Have an amazing day.